Peace reflections. Shout out to all the goddesses and gods out there. This is video number 3. And today I'm just gonna be talking about just like human trafficking, sex trafficking, and basically anything along those lines. I got another video probably like coming out, probably end up doing something with organ trafficking, cause like that's a little like it's not more serious, but I would figure it's more of a detailed topic. So I just want to put a whole video out for that. And I write hella notes. Long story short, it's really gonna come down to like the top main states in the United States that do a lot of human trafficking and like sex trafficking. It really come down to California, Texas, Florida. New York has some, like their numbers is kind of like because Florida numbers, it stays consistent, kind of like Cali numbers. They stay consistent, like they don't change, like it doesn't go nowhere. But yeah, California, Florida, and Texas. Like I said, I would talk a little bit more about New York, but New York is really like, even with the missing peoples category, they number 6. California, Florida, and Texas was number 3, and each of them had like 1,000 plus missing people. So that's just missing people. But for like human trafficking cases, this is 2021. This year, just so far, just coming in. California had 1,507. Texas done had 1,800. Florida has had 896. Then after that, New York is behind them. It drops big once you get to like, if you ain't in the top 3, basically, it's not really like that big. But New York still has like 450. Then from New York, it goes to Ohio. And then from Ohio, it goes to Georgia. Then Michigan, Washington, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. That's for human trafficking. But the United States is ranked one of the worst for like global human trafficking. Let's see, 1,990 like total incidents occurred within the United States. But as far as like, even like for last year, I like to make the correlation between missing people and human trafficking, because like I feel like I can feel a correlation there. Like I can feel like even when you look at the numbers, they're kind of like stacked close together. Kind of like they be trying to make them look like they similar. But long story short, in year 2020, last year, it was 178. I'm just gonna say 178,000 males under 21 who went missing in the United States. And then for females, it jumps up an extra like 300,000. Well, not 300,000, but extra 30,000. And making that number total to 209,375. When you really think about it, man, these numbers is fucking big. And the fact that don't nobody like when I was breaking this shit down, like even like just reading it, it's like crazy, because like people really like don't be caring about all these missing people out here. And I'm gonna get to another one, because it's like people be like, oh, it's like the correlations with certain things. I'm gonna just say that big. I was gonna save it for later, but like I was reading this article, right? And the people who like, obviously they typed up the article, whatever. They said they said human trafficking crosses all racial, ethical, gender, and socioeconomic and cultural lines. That's what the report says. And it says human trafficking is about profit and abuse, and it does not discriminate as long as it can be for sale or whatever. And then they said, while it is important to emphasize that anyone can be a victim of trafficking or a target and a demographic based on their background. Here's the thing about that. Because like when they said that, in the article, I believe it was before. It was before, but I wrote it after because I knew I had to talk. I wanted to read that part first because that's like really blowing to me. They said it's equally important to understand how racial and cultural demographic interacts with human trafficking. Try not to say understand. We don't understand. Understand. You understand. That's what it's really all about. You have to understand how these people be wording stuff, how they be liking to play with words to make it seem like, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, even when they talked about it right here, they said white people accounted for 19%, Asians and Pacific Islanders people 10%, mixed races 11%. That shit's pretty damn small if you ask me. But the funny thing is, like, where is that? There's another piece. I'm missing it. Because they literally said majority of the victims for sex trafficking identified by Orange County Human Trafficking Force between 2016 and 2020 were Black gods and goddesses and Latino gods and goddesses, according to the report given by the task force. So if y'all just said that Black and Latinos, according to the reports given, were like the main targets in the sex trafficking, why the hell y'all come back and say that it happens to everybody and da 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 da? I'm gonna keep it real. 19 plus 10 plus 11 is only 40%. That's only 40%. So you mean to tell me that 30% of Black goddesses and gods and 30% of Latino gods and goddesses are the main people who are basically being took? But then y'all tried to come back and say that basically race didn't really matter and like anybody can get picked basically. That's not true. So it's amazing how, like, and this was just in the article, and it's just crazy, like they just sit there and lie. Blatantly, they just lie. And then they come back, it was an article, it said COVID-19 pandemic made it difficult for task force to assist victims. Like they said officials in the task force said that they may have resulted in fewer victims being identified because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Whatever. 2019 to 2020, the task force assisted in 357 sex and labor trafficking. 333 were female. So they were goddesses, pure goddesses, magnificent, magical goddesses. Then 101 were minors. These are young kids, just fresh into the world. They haven't developed any of the, sorry about that. But for it to be 101 minors, like, that's disgusting. It's sickening. And another thing that I noticed in a lot of these, like, I'm gonna go through them, Cali, Texas, and Florida. And like when you look at like the bust, it's like, hold up real quick. But when you look up the bust, it's no big people. And it's crazy because it's just like, y'all think that it's like these people who they don't have a lot. I can look at the pictures and tell there's no person in there who look like they got the money. Some of them might have a little bit of smarts to do. Like they pay them. It's not that hard. It's like paying somebody to go do something. Hey, go snatch these people up. You gonna pay them, but they the people who go do the job. And it's not even, that's another thing though. It's not even that they catching it like that. What they're doing is they having officers and people pretend to be young girls and they're not catching the people who is actually having the goddesses and the gods actually packed up somewhere, and they're actually being like, how is it taken? And that like, I put real correlations between movies, because movies, certain stuff that they put in movies we think is fake, and it's just like they wouldn't be putting that in the movie if they couldn't do it. I'm just being real. If they when they did the movie, they was almost finished with actually knowing how to do it, so they just put it in there, or they been knew how to do it, because it's not rocket science to them. They teach us lower level shit, so they have all the leverage, basically. If we know little, they know basically everything. You can't really battle with too much, and most people don't do no real research. So like I said, so they are saying that basically white, Asians, and Pacific Islanders and mixed races contributed to 40%. Okay. Keep in mind, that's like almost three races combined to get that 40%, and they only needed to combine 2 to get 60. I don't know, like, and then when you find out that it do be like little kids and shit like that, it's very like mind blowing. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, damn, like, what nasty motherfuckers. Like, these motherfuckers is sick. They like real deal. They sick in the head. You know what I mean? But the system most sick in the head. You feel me? The system most sick in the head, because they know who be doing the shit. They don't be trying to bust them. They let them play their little roles. What is a governor, or it's a business owner, or mainly business owners, a governor. It's mainly the people who have money, who actually have the abilities. They don't have to get their hands dirty because they got the money. That's how money people play. I don't got to do nothing. I'll pay somebody to do it for me. They get their ass caught. Hey, we'll have somebody bail their ass out. Just know they ain't get it from me. Da 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 da. It's just that simple. And then also, if the system, like, it'd be different, right? They went after, say one, was that Robert Kraft or somebody for the Patriots? I know they caught him in there, but they said they didn't really have nothing on him. I'd be tracking his ass for days, months, years. Every damn move, because it's just like, you wasn't in there for no reason. I can promise you that. And other people came in there just like you, and they were probably charged with arrest and all that other shit, but because you had money, you was able to get away. Mass media, they able to deceive the public. Paint who they want as the bad guy, paint who they want as the good guy, and that's how it works. Look how they did Cat Williams. Cat Williams was exposing everything that was going on in the industry. Exposing everything. How dudes was having sex with the producers and the little white people who actually control Hollywood just to get on. How they was going to mansion parties, and you going to, he said he got invited to a mansion party. He said he walked in one of the rooms, and he was like, it's only 11 people in here. And then he said he was walking around, he fucked around, saw some dudes out there doing, some famous guys out there doing some crazy shit. So he started exposing that, and they arrested his ass. They was making his ass look crazy, because people not gonna believe you if they be out here using the media. They use the media to lie, but people believe everything on social media. So it's just like, everybody believe what they hear. But these big people, they don't never take the rap for it. It's always the people that they put at the bottom of them. You know what I mean? Until they finally get their ass caught. It's like that. Then what happened? Honestly, it shouldn't be I'm going to keep it real. It shouldn't be no questions asked. You do anything along those lines, your ass should receive the death penalty, life. They be giving motherfuckers 8 years and shit like that. Like, niggas get more time for killing somebody. They literally just be taking goddesses' dignity, and all, not even the dignity, but it's just like they pride, they like everything, not even, and even those things ain't matter, but it's just like I don't know what it's like to go through the whole like loop of being all that shit. But the fact that motherfuckers could do that to other motherfuckers knowing that they don't, like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it be millionaire. You know how much pussy it is out here? No disrespect, but coochie it is out here for you to be out here raping motherfuckers and trafficking motherfuckers. And I know some of them just do it for the money, because that's all they care about with their nasty, grimy ass. That's all they care about is the money. So they don't care. So that's why they have somebody else go do it, because shit, you go do it, that's you who get it. They don't care. And that's how dumb people is. They oh, you gonna give me all this money? You so dumb. You about to lower your morals and all this other shit just to go say he was gonna give you 30 bands. You disgusting. Disgusting. Especially if you have kids, you're disgusting, my guy. It's just like, and then let me get into a couple of things. So like, I do like to break stuff down because it's important for you to know the difference between certain things. There's sex trafficking, there's domestic servitude, and then there's labor trafficking. Labor trafficking is like it's like somebody trafficking somebody with the intent to use them for labor, like they put them to work type shit, and they pay them bare minimum or they don't pay them at all. And then it's like what they said, domestic service, cultural, agricultural work. And it's primarily just has a lot to do with immigrants who end up coming here. They don't treat them right, and they pay them under the table, and then they be having them do other shit. You know what I mean? So it's like they put that as like labor trafficking. Domestic servitude, men and women and children who are coerced to work for and live in the homes of the employer. The employers exploit the victims by forcing them to work unreasonable hours and a couple other things. Sex trafficking victims are primarily women and children. And then they also said most, like, it's coming from Thailand, Mexico, and Russia. I believe everybody, it gets around. They can't, I feel like they keep people moving. So that's how I know it's motherfuckers who got money. Because people who don't got money, you're not going to be able to keep nobody moving. The motherfuckers who got money, they know how to mix motherfuckers around. Oh, you over there, you over there, you over there. They know how to hide shit. You got money. I'm put it to you like this: it's rough for people without money, and it's easier for people with money. But the people with money be consumed, just grimy, dirty. Like, they don't have no morals. They'll sacrifice their whole people for everything. Everything. That's why they got that motherfucker JFK killed. He found out they sold out the white people. He found out. He was about to say something. They got his ass whacked. And then it's so funny because then they tried to play like it was a random person. No. It was an inside job. They had to get him off because they were selling out the white people, and JFK just wasn't with it. When you understand that, and then you'll understand that this shit's just as corrupt as anything. Because y'all literally made it look like somebody killed JFK, and the whole time y'all killed JFK. Either y'all had somebody, an ex-military, do it, or y'all had a person who was under the influence of y'all little drugs that y'all be putting out there, little pharmaceuticals, and y'all be putting a lot of other drugs out there. But yeah, he was just going to expose them, and they killed his ass because they was letting the white people get adopted by, it's not adopted, by UFOs. Like UFOs, they had aliens come pick their ass up, and when white people was like, oh, we getting like he said, they getting their ass picked up, black people like, hey, nigga, we don't know nothing about none of that. Because we don't never see no UFOs over here, so they must be just scooping y'all ass. And I ain't gonna lie, Ain't no black person gonna believe that, because like y'all get treated, and then that's just how we see it from our eyes. Y'all get treated good. Why the hell would somebody come pick? Why would some aliens come pick y'all ass up? And then, so then it kind of made it seem like, yeah, they was lying. It made motherfuckers think that, but whole time they had done sold their ass out, and that's why motherfuckers started getting picked up. And then y'all ass was like, oh, we getting picked up by aliens, and then nobody believe y'all ass. Cause the people who really run the world, they don't be on, well, out. They don't be out in the sun. It's too hot for them. They gotta stay their ass inside or underground. That's keeping it real. Kind of like them, I wouldn't say they're like vampires, cause even vampires, but what I will say is, yeah, they kind of like vampires. Except they weak as fuck and pussies. I said this in one of my posts, like, how y'all go to war with motherfuckers? Because that's how they got the shit the way it was. Y'all went to war with motherfuckers. And then, like, imagine winning the war, but then faking. Like acting like everything's cool. You know what I mean? Like, you win a war, I'm gonna make y'all. But they were so scared of gods and goddesses knowing who the fuck they are. That's why they made all these extra shits. Black and Latino people, the same people. We mix with the same thing. We don't have DNA, we have DEA, deoxyetheric acid. Y'all think this shit's something to play with. Y'all think, oh, they just, white people got DNA because they made from animals. Some of them got a little bit of, a drop of God DNA, a little drop of blood in there, God DEA. But most of them are made from animals. And then it's like, even though they do got some God in them, they tap into their animal instincts all the time. They don't know how to tap into their God instincts. Some of them do, some of them don't. If I had to say a percent, I'd probably say 10% do and 90% don't. Probably not even that. So it's like, because like you see the world for like what it is, and it's just like, whenever a black person talk out about how we get treated this way, motherfuckers be like, oh, well, we get treated like this, and y'all control every damn thing. On the surface, white people control shit on the surface, but in reality, they don't control nothing. That's why they let y'all ass get scooped up. That's why y'all ass was getting picked up by UFOs. California, them motherfuckers, like, it's Hollywood, so I'm not really surprised that they have a high missing people rate and a high human trafficking rate. You know what I mean? It would make sense, if you get what I'm saying. Wait, did I tell y'all, what was Cali numbers? Let me tell you what Texas numbers was. For missing people, it was 1,246. For human trafficking cases, it was 1,080. Florida, human missing people reports, 1,252. Florida human trafficking cases, 896. California missing people reports, 2,133. You can research this on your own. I don't really. If people who do their own research, I mess with y'all. Y'all don't believe everything that everybody say. So shout out to the people who do your own research. But missing people in Cali, 2,133. California human trafficking cases, 1,507. And those are just some of the top places, if I'm just keeping it real. And they know it's all about money. They know it's all about energy. They kidnap the young kids because the young kids are fresh into this world. When I say fresh, like they haven't absorbed the energy that's in this world. We don't know it because some of y'all don't know it because y'all done been here too long and y'all ain't tapped into yourself and been able to realize that, hey, like, there's stuff that makes you feel a type of way. And you're like, well, I don't know why I be feeling this type of way. But it's like, you really have to understand that, like, everything put on this earth, once they conquered this realm, it was to hurt you. It was to weaken you. That's why they told us we like soul food. We gods and goddesses. We was eating fruits and vegetables, drinking water and sun gazing, being gods, enjoying life, because nobody was working, we didn't have to do any of that shit, because that's not how we orchestrated. We were intelligent beings. Beyond intelligent is a word, and then we're beyond intelligent. They can't even put an actual word on it, to be real. But yeah, Florida was number one. No, not Florida, but California was number one. Florida was number two, and then Texas was number three. But then, like I also told you, here's one article. It's in Florida. It says 79 arrested in weekend Hillsborough County human trafficking operation. The operation was done for, I assume, I don't know. They did it from March 30th to April 9th or April 4th, one or two. They arrested 79 people. Y'all and that's what I mean by, like, cops just be out here doing shit, making it seem like they doing shit. Kind of like when they be out here writing tickets at the end of the month. Everybody be like, why the cops be out so? Because they got a quota to reach at the end of the month. That's why they out right now. So y'all gotta write tickets purposely. Y'all gotta meet these. If y'all don't, what's gonna happen? They know. They know how it works. But they don't care because they're a part of the system. Y'all ass gonna fall too. Y'all gonna be the first dominoes to fall too. And after that, it's gonna be a domino effect. But yeah. And that was during WrestleMania weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Then, like, I believe a month or two before, when Super Bowl was in Tampa, they arrested 75 people during the Super Bowl week for human trafficking operation. And then the operation, it started Monday, February 1st, and ended that Saturday, February 6th. The Hillsborough County Sheriff Department arrested a total of 75 people accused of seeking either to buy or sell sex. I mean, once again, they don't get no big names. Just regular people who out here, they're low vibrating too. To be out here doing shit like that, you low vibrating too. You ain't no different than the motherfuckers. That's what I mean. And, like, money done made people stoop so low that they'll do anything for it. Niggas to do anything for a nut. Like, nigga, grow up, bruh. Go get you some older coochie. It's plenty coochie out here. Niggas don't have to be out here paying no young girls and doing all. That's disgusting, my guy. I'm sorry, it's disgusting, and you are disgusting human being. Some of y'all who are human, you are a disgusting human being. And if you a god or goddess out there and you is no longer a god or goddess, you out here trafficking kids, or you kidnapping kids, you helping them performing all your card pulled. That shit dead. That's just disgusting. But yeah, missing people was California, Florida, and Texas. California, like I said, 2,133. Florida, 1,252. Texas, 1,246. Then, like another 200-300 away is Arizona. Then Washington, and then New York. New York, actually, they're not high in the missing persons thing, but it's kind of weird because it's like their numbers is kind of high for them to be in the, like, human trafficking part. So it's like, that's interesting. Because, like, New York is so big, I kind of assumed that the numbers would be a little bit more up there. I'm not going to lie. Georgia, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't know, because it's like Atlanta, I know a lot of things. It'd be a lot of things going down in Atlanta. So I ain't even gonna speak on all that, but what else? Obviously, I told y'all about them people, how they tried to report. But this is one for Texas. Data shows that at least 79,000 minors who are victims, who are victims of sex trafficking in Texas. And then they estimated it that 313,000 victims of human trafficking in Texas, according to the rescue groups. I guess they were saying like how many people in Texas experience, how many minors experience sexual trafficking. Then they talked about the actual overall population of who might have went through some sexual. So Texas is high. It's very high. But that's another thing about, it's so funny. Like I said, Fort Bend County, according to the county, the DEA's office, the collaboration with the Human Trafficking Rescue Alliance and other agencies, they arrested 30 people and rescued 1 juvenile. I don't know why they had to add in juvenile, but juvenile. During this 3-day operation. So in 3 days, y'all made 10 arrests a day. Because they said they arrested 30 people. They did it for 3 days. So 10 arrests a day to rescue 1 person. Because that's what it's all about. They don't give a fuck about actually rescuing the motherfuckers. Either that or the people that they put in positions don't really, it's really just like that. The people that they put in the positions, they don't really care. You know what I mean? They don't care about the stuff that's happening with people. People going missing, kids going missing. But yeah, they spent a 3-day operation in Fort Bend County in Texas and only arrested 30 people. I'm not saying only, but it's like y'all didn't get no information. Like y'all didn't figure out if it was some Larry Hoovers and like the motherfuckers who was trying to protect us, like they tried to paint this shit like a gang shit when motherfuckers was really just trying to protect who they was, because we already seen that was another thing. They tried to kill the whole divine masculinity shit because we was trying to run shit again. We was getting back into ourselves. We was trying to actually control the shit that we can actually control, and they ain't like that. So they started knocking off the big dudes who was actually having power, actually like doing stuff and making change. And then as soon as they knocked them out, that's when they made everything change. And it changed a lot of things for the community. So it's like, when y'all wanted that, y'all can find it. Y'all will put an informant in there. Y'all will put an informant in there and find a way to get them to infiltrate the whole system. But when it come to y'all shit, y'all don't do nothing. Could do the same thing for the police system, because there's a whole bunch of corrupt motherfuckers in the police system. You corrupt if you know y'all are out here doing bad and y'all ain't speaking up for it. That's how you are corrupt. You are a part of the problem. Because y'all know everything that be going on. Y'all know. Y'all be knowing what be going on. So I know y'all be knowing what be going on in y'all little departments. I know y'all know. But y'all don't speak out on it. But then y'all try and paint the rest of the people like they're a bad guy. And then when you take your badge off and go home, now you want to be a regular person? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all better turn them badges in. It's getting that time. Turn them badges in, and you better turn your whole life around, buddy. Because y'all some goofy ass motherfuckers. Y'all think that badge make you tough. You pussy. And that's on everything. That's just how I feel. You pussy if you don't stand up for what's right. Y'all be out here getting down with the police department too. Then, like I said, y'all take your badge off, you take your uniform off, you drive home. That like ain't nothing happened. Like you ain't arrest nobody for no reason. No, you probably arrested somebody that day for no reason, and then heard about your fellow commander out here doing something with little kids, and you ain't say nothing. Act like you ain't even hear it. It's crazy because it's just like people turn a blind eye to it because They paying y'all. That's the problem with money. Money make motherfuckers shut up. It make clown motherfuckers shut up. Real motherfuckers just gonna continue to speak. And they're gonna be doing more. A lot more. But yeah. And then Texas came out with, it was another one. It was in April. 27 men arrested in Montgomery County human trafficking sting. 26 men are charged with prostitution, Class B misdemeanor for alleged agreeing to pay for sex from an undercover officer. Once again, y'all not really doing no real work out here. Y'all put shit in the newspaper like you doing something. That's what I mean by they control the media, the mass media. They put shit out like they doing something. They don't be doing nothing. And then they put people in position like they doing something and they don't be doing nothing. Politicians, rappers, they don't be doing nothing. You might like that. It's another thing. They need to stop supporting these motherfuckers and let that shit go, because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. All they care about is the money that they get and then the energy that they get from y'all, because y'all feel so hurt and they be so fine. They be fine. They don't be caring. Oh, we got y'all vote already. Peace. We just needed y'all vote to get into office. I don't got to follow what you say now. And that's how they play it. It sucks, but it's true. It sucks, but it's true. And then they saying during the pandemic, all of a sudden it was a little bit harder to find people. Oof. And yeah, I done basically went over everything, but it's like, it's more to touch on. It always feel like it is. I done wrote down a good amount of shit, but it always feel like there's more to touch on. But it's like funny because like the numbers is so high for younger people, and that's the disgusting part to me. 21 and over, once they hit the 21 and over mark, the numbers kind of drop. At least for missing people reports. I'm gonna do like more research to see about like the traffic and stuff, because that's like, it's real interesting to me, because I know these motherfuckers be out here doing wrong, and I just want to prove they out here doing wrong so that way y'all can see it. Then y'all can wake up. But if you ain't hip to what I'm saying by now, you probably ain't never gonna get hip. But if you got it this far, if you made it this far, it's a 30-something minute video, 40-something minutes. You open that a little bit. So you got to continue to meditate, watch what you eating, grow your hair out, make sure you take care. It's all about how you feel internally. Make yourself feel good internally. It's not what nobody else care about. Nobody feelings, what nobody else say. It's all about how you feel, what you care about. But the problem with a lot of things is we get it conflicted, because once you get into this world, they tell you to start caring about certain shit that you normally probably wouldn't care about. You know what I mean? So it's like, for some people, they feel like it's hard to get out, I don't know, the lifestyle. But it's like, when it really come down to it, I'll come back to that later. But long story short, the males under 21, it was 1,708. Well, 178,000 males under 21. Females, it was 209,000. And then once you get over 21, like I said, the numbers completely drop. For males, it's 95,000, and then for females, it's 59,000, basically 60,000. So yeah, like they play with the numbers kind of like they did with the COVID thing. That's why I was telling a lot of people that this COVID shit ain't real, but it's gonna take a lot of people just to get smacked the fuck in the face for them to wake up. You know what I mean? So I don't want to talk about Corona-19, because then they gonna block a nigga shit. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little insight on what be going on in some of these states, because all of these people play, like I said in my other video, everybody got a role to play. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, Peace. I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow. Y'all gonna see. Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Shout out to all the gods and goddesses out there.